I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Good afternoon, and our chairpersons aren't here today, so I'm going to be your substitute chairman, and we'll go ahead and start our meeting. First thing on our agenda is to approve the meeting minutes for November 21st, 2024.
I move to approve the the minutes from the November 21st.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion passes. First case we have is case file number 2024-61-P.
Move for approval.
Okay, approval has been made. Now we have a second.
Oh, I second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The motion passes. And this are consent items, so this has already been prepared, so all we have to do is just approve them in case anybody's wondering what's going on. Next, we have case file number 2024-62-P in the ETJ. And this is also a consent item.
Move for approval.
Second.
Second.
A motion has been made and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Next, we have case file number 2024-16-C. Open a hearing to consider a request by Midland 256 Rampart LP ETAL to amend the PDR Planned Development Retail Lot 7, Block 27, North County Club Estates, fifth filing, City of Odessa, Ector County, North Texas, and this is located on the northeast of the intersection of Loop 338 and East Ridge Road.
Thank you, Chairman and Commissioners. The applicant, Midland 256 Rampart LP ETAL, is requesting an amendment to the existing planned development retail PDR in order to allow restaurants to be located on the property and Building C. Surrounding land uses consist of, to the north, R Retail District zoning, to the east, PDR Planned Development Retail District zoning. To the south, it is SFE Single Family Estate District zoning, and to the west, it is U University District zoning. The property involved in this request is located on the northeast corner of the intersection of East Ridge Road and Loop 338. The site is currently designated PDR, Planned Development Retail District, and is occupied by a retail/office strip center. Land use in this area consists of retail and office development and apartments to the north, residential development to the south and east, and recreational open space owned by UTPB to the west. The applicant is seeking to amend the existing PDR in order to allow restaurants with no alcohol sales to be located on the east building indicated as Building C on Exhibit A. City Council approved the existing PDR in August of 1998 with the conditions that specific development standards, those being the building setback, the height, parking, fencing, landscaping, etc., and retail/office uses be allowed on the property. Please see the attached list fully in Exhibit B. The applicant is requesting an amendment to the existing PDR to include as follows: to allow restaurants with no alcohol sales on the property only in Building C. The other conditions of the proposed planned development district will not be affected by the proposed amendment. Planning staff analysis of the amendment request is that a restaurant will meet the land use criteria of the City of Odessa for retail and service uses to be located on the intersection of a major highway, East Loop 338 and Collector Street, East Ridge Road. Staff is of the opinion that a restaurant and retail space use is a compatible use for this location and has no objection to the request as presented. Based upon the preceding analysis, the planning staff recommends approval of the request subject to conditions A through D. However, we do note that of the 21 notices that were sent out, 8 were returned, 5 being denials, and 3 being approvals. Planning is now open for any questions. Thank you.
Any questions from staff? Okay, this is an open meeting, open to the public. If anybody has anything to say for or against this appeal, you can come up to the podium and just give us your name.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
My name is Doug Hoskinson. I've been here a long, long time. I was born in Odessa. It's around the corner, in fact. It's a medical center, but nevertheless. I own property south of the shopping center. An alley separates my property from that shopping center. And I know I've stood here 3, maybe 4 times in the past as a protester for restaurants, clubs, wine tasting bars, and things like that. And I think the last time I stood here, Shipley's Donuts had requested a zoning change to put a donut shop on the corner, and I did not. In fact, I stood here and said, I protested initially, and I came in, I thought, I like donuts, so let's let them put a shop there. So my first reaction to this, P&Z sent out a notice. There was no information whatsoever on the notice. It said, I think it may have had the word restaurant in a real small font that I couldn't even see with these. So I didn't know the scope of the project. I don't know if it's large, small, we're going to put another story up and have a wine tasting bar upstairs, or what we're going to do there. So I guess I'm standing here saying that with the information that I heard today, no alcohol sales, I'm not nearly as negative as I have been in the past about someone putting a restaurant in, although it is close to our residences, and you got to be willing to put up with the things that restaurants generate. Yeah, we're going to stack pallets in the alley with the lettuce that came in that wasn't any good, and that kind of stuff. So I guess with no alcohol sales, my question to you folks is does that become a permanent part of that zoning in that for that particular building?
She can answer that, and it's yes.
Yes, sir. So that is one of the conditions of this request, that no alcohol sales will be
Okay.
used or will be placed there.
Okay.
That is one of the conditions that will follow even when it's taken to P&Z. If they decide to approve, those conditions will apply.
Okay.
And as far as your question about two-story, they're wanting for the building to remain as is, the one-story, and then just use that building
Okay.
for a restaurant.
All right. How many square feet are in that building?
Can't tell you exactly. I asked this of the owner, and he was able to get back to me on it.
Okay.
And this change is only for that plot right there? All the others are restricted from opening restaurants or alcohol sales? This is just for this one, and they are not allowed to do alcohol?
Well, I assume they would have to apply separately if
Yes.
somebody wanted to do something else, so,
So
yeah.
that only applies to that building C.
Yeah.
It only applies to that building.
Oh, I know where it's at.
And so if they were to choose to do anything to the other buildings, A and B, they would have to come back and.
Yeah.
Are they using entire building C?
No, there's only a unit towards.
Yeah.
The end.
The second from the top that they will be using for that
Yeah.
restaurant.
Next door is a nail bar, ladies that do nails. Prior to that, it was a massage parlor.
Yeah.
Those girls had to leave town. Okay.
Restaurant sounds like an improvement.
Listen, one more question is if this is approved without alcohol sales, which we're going to keep coming up here and doing this till it is someday. If it's approved without alcohol sales, does that make the next person, the next building that comes up empty and someone wants to put a restaurant in it, does it make it easier for him to get, be approved for alcohol sales? Because he got it, why don't I get it? How come you don't let me do it?
So this restaurant is for alcohol sales. Any of those buildings
Mhm.
will not be able to have any alcohol sales.
But if these guys leave,
If those guys leave, they would not be able to have alcohol sales because the amendment.
okay, so this is gonna follow that.
This is gonna follow the zoning, which is for that area.
Okay.
It's not, related to who owns the portion.
Yeah, I know,
The rest of
I understand.
those buildings.
Okay. Okay, well, I guess, if you tie me down and say, Doug, we gotta hear something from you, one way or the other, I'd say, really not interested in having that back, a restaurant in that, within such close proximity to my home. On the other hand, man, I've been a capitalist all my life, and I understand, I don't think it's fair to hold people back that want to engage in free enterprise in the United States of America. So the other half of me says, if you got the guts and the will to do that, get after it. So I'm going to leave you with that, okay?
Well, thank you.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Is there anybody else that would, still an open meeting that would like to approach? All we need is your name.
Terry Gerald. We own the shopping center there.
Okay.
Okay, Rampart and I. We have no intentions of ever having alcohol on that. We have 7 shopping centers in Odessa, Midland, and we got enough alcohol sales. We don't, never. As long as I have any part of it, we won't. And Mark Kaufman will never ask for alcohol. I think it'll cause us more problems than we want to occur. We did have some interest in the end cap being a restaurant, and that's why we've chose to try to get this just approved. Just in that one building, that's it. Rest of it will stay as it is. I mean, there's no tolerance, no change on alcohol. Don't want it. Sorry, but it's not what we're interested in. We're interested in a good family restaurant to go in there. So, other than that, that's it. So,
Thank you.
Thank
okay,
you.
thank y'all. Appreciate it.
What restaurant's going in, they say?
What?
They say what restaurant's going in?
Do we know what restaurant is coming in, or?
We have a lease out, okay?
Okay.
Have they signed it? No, until we figure out.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, because we're kind of in a little limbo on that
Okay.
situation.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Go ahead and approach the podium and just give us your name.
I may have to adjust the mic. Don't make them for little people. Okay. I live next door to Doug and Lynn Hoskins.
Okay.
And I've lived in my home since 1986. And formerly, Mayor Melton, Larry Melton, ruled that there would not be a restaurant in our back door. Of course, I realize he's dead and gone, but at the same time, I still don't want one there because I don't really want to have, what I'm trying to say. Now, definitely don't want liquor in my back door. And there's the doctor's offices are right behind my house, which is fine. I never know they're there. And then there's kind of retail then that runs north and south behind my house. And then on down the way toward the Loop Road then is more retail, and I don't barely know they're there. But right directly behind my house, I do not want a restaurant bar back there. So that's how I feel about it. So I'm a widow, and my husband's deceased, and Gary knows that. And anyway, that's all I got to say. If you have any questions, you may ask me. I may not know anything, and then I may do. So.
Where's your house in relationship to
Okay,
this?
6101 Mecca.
Okay, so you're on Mecca?
Yes.
So you don't back up to this particular,
I back up to
you back up to the shopping center, but not where this building,
exactly.
the restaurant would be,
Yeah.
correct? Gee,
She does
but
fine.
it's still within
Yeah,
smelling distance, I'll put it that way.
right.
So, anyway, and I don't want liquor in my back door somewhere. That's how I feel about it. Anything else?
Well, any other questions? Thank
That
you
all?
for your input. We appreciate it.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
That's all?
That's all. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have anybody else who would like to approach the podium? Present your pros or cons against this. Okay, we don't have anybody else approaching the podium. Do we have any questions from staff or from anybody in our audience, from the commissioners? Okay. Do we have a motion from the commission? What?
Close the public.
Close.
Okay, this closes our public hearing, and now we're going to go to the commissioners and see what we decide.
I'm gonna move for, I'm gonna make a motion to approve, case file number 2024-16-Z.
I second.
A motion has been made and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? The motion passes for case file number 2024-16-Z as presented. And next, we have case file number 2024-101-P. And this is also open a public hearing to consider request by S.W. Howell Incorporated for the replat of Blair's Edition, being a replat of Lot 2, Block 1, plat of Tres Vistas, Lot 7, Block 1, Skyview Townhomes, Lot 7 and 8, 1 foot by 2.5.38 feet strip of land of Section 9, Block 41, T-2-H, TMP Railway Company Survey, Ector County, Texas, and being a 2.9 acre tract of land in Section 9, Block 41, T-2-S, TMP Railway Company Survey, Ector County. In addition to the city of Odessa, Texas, this is generally located on the east side of Parks Legato Road, approximately 385 feet south of the intersection of San Michelle Drive and Parks Legato Road. Go ahead.
Thank you, Chairman and Commission. The applicant, Justin Hackelman, with consultant S.W. Howe Incorporated, are seeking to replat Lot 2, Block 1, plat of Tres Vistas, Lot 7, Block 1, Skyview Townhomes, Lot 7, and a 1 foot by 259.38 foot strip of land out of Section 9, Block 41, T-2-S, and plat of 2.9 acre tract of land in Section 9, Block 41, T-2-S. The purpose of proposed platting and replatting is the development of residential acreage. We sent out notices and received one approval. Staff recommends approval of the replat Blair's Edition, subject to condition A through D. We're now open for questions.
Any questions from staff? Okay, this is an open hearing, open to the public. If anybody has anything to say for or against this proposal, please approach the podium and just give us your name. Nobody has approached the podium, so the open hearing is closed to the public, and
Move for approval of this case file.
Second.
a motion has been made and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? The motion passes for case file 2024-101-P as presented. And thank you. Do we have a motion for adjournment?
Motion to adjourn.
I second.
Motion has been made and seconded. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you. Have a good afternoon.